Hello everyone, we should be live now on the page. I can see that so many of you are joining me already, so thank you so much for joining me for today's stamp along. So today we are going to be making a fabulous project that Becca did actually, using some stencils. We're going to be using the glitzy snowflake as well. So we're going to be using lots and lots of Christmas goodies. So yes, it's going to be a fabulous stamp along. We're going to be using, this is the card that we are going to be making today. So you can see it's got the beautiful trees at the bottom. We've got the glitzy snowflakes on there as well. So it's going to be a fabulous project hopefully. And hopefully you are all going to enjoy crafting it and crafting along with me today, which is all very exciting. So of course we're still in my brand new craft room. It is starting to fill up a little bit behind me. I haven't actually had a chance to be in here much this week, to be honest. So yes, I haven't had a chance to fill the shelves and things like that behind me, but we are getting there. And we've got some, just I know the sound is a little bit echoey, but just bear with us for this week and next week, because we do have some soundproofing tiles ordered, so hopefully they will go up very soon, and that should help to get rid of the echo a little bit, fingers crossed. It's a bit more of a technical job though, that one, so I'm sure there'll be some crafting involved somehow. I can stick the glue on the back or something like that. So yeah, that's the plan for the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much to everyone who's joining me so far. Hello to Lorraine, hello to Hayley, hello to Janet, Leslie, Maria. Thank you all so much for joining me for today's stamp along. So I'll give everyone a few minutes to join us, because for once, did you notice how on time I was today? I was like live at 2 o'clock. It's all going great, isn't it? So yes, hello to Kathy as well, who's looking forward to this tutorial. So thank you all so much. Please do, if you've got any questions or anything as I go as well, just leave me some leave some comments and I'll try to read through as I go. I'm literally surrounded by screens, so I've got my laptop up over there with the actual live feed on from Facebook. Then I've got my iPad down here and I've got the comments coming up. So yes, it's all going on in here today. So hopefully should all go without a problem today. We've got a new form which is hopefully going to resolve the issues of things freezing and pausing, but that can actually be your internet connection as well, just before we get started. And before we get started too, who has ordered their fabulous new boxes of foam pads? Look at these, okay? They are in stock now on the website. Just look at the size of that compared to me. It is huge. So the brand new foam pads are in stock on the website now. We've got them in 2mm, which I believe is $17.99, and you get 1,500 on the roll of those. And we've also got them in 3mm as well, and they are $15.99, and you get 1,000 of those on the roll. But they are honestly, they are brilliant. They're all finger lift foam pads. This is mine, so it has been used a bit. But when they arrive, they literally fill the box. You get so many in there. So you can see how it's all packaged nicely in there as well. They're all finger lift, so the backings are going to be really easy for you to peel off when you're doing the maximum layers. And they seriously, obviously depends on how many cards you make. If you make a lot of cards, they're not going to last as long. But they last such a long time, and it's what I've used for such a long time as well. So I'm just shuffling on my chair there to get back in the right place. So hello to everyone who's joined us. Hello to Elaine, hello to Sarah, hello to Linda as well. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Okay then, so should we get started? What time are we on? Oh, we're on 6 minutes past 2. I'll give everyone a little bit longer just to join, but I can see that lots of you are joining me already today and everyone's on time. It's all going well today, isn't it? So, hello to Wendy as well. Oh, Wendy's checking in for 40 minutes before she goes off to work there. But she's got a card prep, that's the main thing. Hello to Tammy as well. Oh, Becky got her foam pads today. So yes, that's fabulous. That's what we've been doing all week, honestly. You'll notice my nails aren't done this week. I haven't even had time to do my nails. We've been that busy packing orders and things like that, but hopefully they'll all be landing with you all very soon. And if you are, of course, if you are watching from the USA, or if you are watching, we have views from Australia on the stamp alongs as well. Wherever you're watching from, now we can deliver the foam pads internationally, okay? So we have changed the shipping a little bit on the website. So if you hop over and have a look, there's a page that's called Shipping and Delivery. It's got all the details on there, because we've had a few changes in prices and things like that. Because basically with the current situation that we're living in, all of our shipping charges have gone up, and we're getting additional emergency tariffs and things like that put on top, which is some of the prices we've been paying for posting orders has been insane. So we have had to put the shipping up a little bit on the website, but if you hop over and have a look, all of the details are on there, and we have of course tried to keep it as low as we possibly can for you too. Okay then. So, that's a good point, Leslie, I forgot about that. As we are getting so many new glitters, do you think we could have a new sheet with the names on? Yes, I will add that on my list. And as well, I did say last week I was going to put the sandwich combinations that we didn't have for the 3D embossing folders, and I completely forgot. So leave that with me, and I'll get onto that as soon as I can. Hello to Cindy. Oh, Cindy's watching from Missouri in the USA. So hello, Cindy. Lovely. Nice to have you joining us. Elizabeth is watching from Newcastle as well. Newcastle, just up the road from me, not far at all. Okay then, so we're going to get started. I'm going to put the little slide in, which has got all of your ingredients on there, okay, to let you know what you're going to need. And of course, anytime, hop over to the blog, you'll see Stenciling 19, you click on that link, okay, and it is going to take you over to the blog page. And if you scroll down that page, there's a free PDF download, so you just click on there and then you can print out your instruction sheet as well for this project. So lots of you have been printing those off and keeping them in a little folder as well, which I think is nice. And then obviously if you make the card, if you don't want to give it away, if you want to keep it for yourself, you could keep it in the folder too. Okay then, so I'm going to stop waffling on, and I'm going to put the ingredients in, so give me 2 seconds. Okay then, so this is what we are going to need to do, this is what we are going to need to make this project. So we have got the Glitzy Snowflake stamp and die set, which is fabulous. I'm going to explain to you exactly how to use that during this stamp along. We've also got the Snowy Christmas limited edition stamp set. Now I felt a little bit naughty putting that on this project, but when Becca's made the card, that's actually what she's used on it. So I've had to put it on this project, but I'm going to show you it with a twist. So we're going to do it a little bit different. So if you've got the box kit with the limited edition stamp, great, you will have that one. If not, I'm going to show you a different way as to how to make this one. The next one we've got is Night Sky Forest Stencil. I love this stencil, it is absolutely gorgeous. On like navy cards, popping your glitters on and things, it looks fabulous. And what I'll do is we're going to do a little bit of pasting, but I might grab a different stencil out as well actually. Because I've been tidying this morning, I've been putting all the boxes in collections. So I've got those behind me, so we might do a little bit of techniques as well with some stencils and stencil paste. And the other items that we're going to need are Sparklicious Glitter in Snow Queen and Ice Princess. So that's 2 of the new glitters. I believe that was that's in the Winter Wonderland bundle from memory. And we're also going to need the mirror card pad in Sparkling Christmas. So that's for your silver mirror card. Your 8x8 nesting dies and the basic squares. I'm pretty much putting that on every stamp along instruction sheet because that's just to cut your mats and layers. Okay. The next one is the Cosmic Shimmer Moonlight Silver Lunar Paste, which is gorgeous. So I think that one has sold out on the website. So what I thought is, Becca's used silver on this project. I found one called Stellar Ice that I really like, so I'm going to use that. We've got self-adhesive jewels, we've got the 8x8 white straight edge card blanks, we've got the Wow embossing glitter in silver dollar and the Wow embossing powder in metallic silver super fine. So that's more for doing your sentiment, depending on how detailed your sentiment is. Depends on if you could use your embossing glitter or your embossing powder. We're also going to need the Winter Wonderland pearl paper and card stack. So that's for your you could use your white card out of that one actually for doing your background. I've used crystal white, but you could use it from your Winter Wonderland stack, and also for the silver card that we are using for our mats and layers. And you're also going to need the foiled paper pad in Geometric Christmas. Now there are literally only a handful of those left on the website, so if that's one that you want to get a hold of, we won't be getting it back in your game before Christmas, so be sure to hop over and pick it up. Okay, I'm just reading through comments. Hello Betty, hello Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth loves all the glitters, that's fabulous. Oh, Janice says she can't watch the lives anymore because you sound like you're in the dungeon, so hollow and echoey. So as I explained at the beginning, Janice, we are in my new craft room, which at the moment, obviously with COVID-19 and things, we are really struggling to get furniture actually delivered to us. So we've got some that's just arrived today, so we're going to get that up in the next couple of weeks, and we've got some soundproofing tiles coming as well, so hopefully that should help with the noise, but it's just a case of getting it all up and having the time to get everything prepared and ready. Hello to June and Donna as well, and hello to Edith too. Okay then, so I think that is all I have to tell you today. That is all that you are going to need on there. Oh, before I forget actually, let me flip this around. Okay then, so if you noticed on the page yesterday, I put a little link up because we have actually been nominated in 2 Craft Business Awards, which is very exciting. So we've been nominated for Best Online Retailer, and we've also been, I've been nominated for Craft Influencer. So if you want to have a little hop over and cast your votes, of course you can do. The links are all on the page, so if you would like to vote for us, we would very much appreciate it. And thank you so much to everyone who nominated us as well. It came as a real surprise, so thank you everyone. And as well, in the Crafts Beautiful Craft Awards, I think the voting closes for that tomorrow, so we are nominated in categories for that one too. So if you'd like to hop over and vote, that would be fabulous. Okay then. So let's get started. I've got the card ready in front of me so I can flip the camera. Oh, it's getting all technical now, isn't it? There we go. Oh, not that button. This button. There we go. It was all getting technical. So you can see how this is all going to come really, really nicely together. So we've got the beautiful the Night Sky Forest stencil on here. We've also got the glitzy snowflakes, and then this is where Becca's used the Snowy Christmas limited edition stamp, but we are going to use something a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this card with a little bit of a twist. Right then, so let's get started. So the first thing that we are going to do today is we're going to take our stencil and we're going to stencil our background. Now it is actually freezing in this room, and I can't have the heater on while I do the live because it makes too much noise. So I've already done one that's completely dry, okay? So I'm going to use that when I'm finished one, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do the stenciling and things at the moment. Okay then, so I'm going to take some crystal white pearl card, okay, and I'm going to pop this down onto my mat. Lots of you were asking about this mat when I was using it last week. It will be coming very, very soon, okay? And then I've got my fabulous stencil that we're going to pop over the top. So this stencil is 8x8 in size. This is a really nice large stencil. But if you want to trim it down and use smaller parts of it on a project, of course you can do as well. Like if you just wanted to use this nice, it's really hard to see on white cards, this nice kind of starry background, of course you could just be trimming a DL panel out and using that. Or if you just wanted to use the trees as well along the bottom, you could be inking through and just using your trees too. So it's a really nice versatile stencil. So what we're going to do is start off by taping this into place. So I'm going to use my Scotch low tack tape, okay, and I'm just going to cut some lengths of tape away here. Just give me 2 seconds just while I put them, oops, on the table there, okay. So we're going to pop this one at the top here first. So that's going to take the top of the stencil down. So just make sure that we're catching that plastic at the top. Okay, and then what I like to do is pop a little bit of tape just along the bottom, like so. Then if you pull your stencil nice and tight, it'll get it flat against your card. And give it a little squeeze, get the air out, and then that'll make sure that your stencil is nice and flat to your paper for when you come to paste. Okay, so I'm going to continue on here. Just adding my tape in down the side. And pop the tape this way as well. There we go. Okay, so our stencil's nicely taped into place now. So what we're going to be using is we're going to need a palette knife or even like a credit card, obviously not one that you use, an old one, would be brilliant to just add your paste onto here. So I've grabbed a couple of Luna paste. So I'm going to go for Stellar Ice. Okay, so Becca's used the silver Luna paste on her finished project, but I just thought this one was quite pretty. So this one's actually a little bit paler. It's like a more kind of whitey, kind of silver one. But you can see how pretty this looks, and it gives you that lovely reflection. I did put my thumb in it there and I picked it up earlier, but never mind, we'll hide that with a jewel or something, it's fine. Okay then, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our stencil paste and we're going to take our palette knife. Okay, we're going to take quite a bit here of the palette knife, and we're just going to paste this over, like so. So starting from the top, we're going to work our way down. Now I'm only going in one direction as well, because if you start going in lots of different directions, that's when you can find that your paste can start to creep underneath your stencil, and obviously we don't want that. So we'll paste this through here and just scrape off any excess. Obviously you can take a little bit more time to kind of scrape your excess off than I am at the moment. You can see how this is all coming really nicely together. So you can just go through, scrape off any excess, and I always like to go around the edge of my stencil as well where my tape is, and just scrape off any excess there. Okay, so we can just scrape that paste away and get that off there. There we go. Okay, so you can see how this all starts to then come together. Okay, so this is the start of our background. So we're going to just peel our stencil away now. So to do that, you always take the side pieces off first. That's that one. And then this one, I can just lift it up. And then this one along the bottom. There we go. And then what you can do is like use this top piece of tape like a bit of a hinge. So you can lift your stencil up very carefully. Got no nails and it's causing me a problem at the moment. So let me just lift this away. There we go. So then I've got a bucket of water that I'm going to pop my stencil into. So I'll just wheel off to do that. There we go. And then we can lift away this piece of tape across the top. Okay, there we go. So you can see there how that has then created that beautiful background. If I hold that up to the camera, there we go, look at that. This is why the lunar pastes are so magical. So they've got like a mica in them, as opposed to like a glitter, which gives it a different kind of sparkle, but these are so pretty. It's a little bit hard to see because it's very much like a white on white kind of effect with this one, but when it dries down slightly darker. So then if we grab this one in, you can see here how it dries down, and it looks so sparkly and pretty. And I think with the crystal white card in the background as well, kind of twinkling, it just gives that extra effect. So that colour that I've just used there is Stellar Ice, but we've got loads of those on the website, so do hop over and have a look at the lunar paste. They look really nice as well if you brayer it onto your card, you know, like with a rubber brayer. You can just do this with the brayer, and then it creates like a lovely sparkly card. Or what I do use them for as well is, do you know when you use like an embossing folder? So like when you 3D poinsettia embossing folders, what you can do is just take a little bit on your finger and then just rub it very gently over the top of the embossing folder. And what you'll find is the lunar paste picks up all of the highlights and it gives it like this really pretty shimmery effect to it. Okay, so you can see how this kind of, it just creates such a lovely effect. So this is the one that's dried, okay, and the other one is still wet, so I'm going to put that out of the way so I don't damage that. So we're going to pop that to one side again because it's not quite dry, so please do leave yours to completely dry at home, and please don't be tempted to touch it either like I was, because what you'll find is you'll kind of smudge it a little bit. Okay then, so we'll get moving with our mats and layers. So for my mats and layers, I've got an 8x8 card blank here, which is this one, and you can see just a plain straight edge card blank. I've then got some silver mirror card, and I've die cut that out from the Sparkling Christmas mirror card pad. I've got a piece of the silver pearl card, and that has come from the Winter Wonderland stack, okay, which is absolutely beautiful. If you haven't got one of those in your craft box yet, you're gonna want one. It's amazing. And then we've got one of the lovely papers, so I've chosen the Snowflake one from the Geometric Christmas paper pack. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to start and add a little bit of glitter onto our mats and layers. So we're going to stick the white snowflakes to the silver pearl paper. Okay, so to do that I'm just going to use a little bit of Collal All Purpose. That's the glue that I tend to use for my matting and layering. I either use that or just a little bit of the Art Glitter Dries Clear glue. Either or works just fine. Okay, and then we're going to stick these down together. Like so. Okay, make sure they're nice and flat. And then what we're also going to do is pop some foam pads onto the back of here. So these are from those fabulous new foam pads on a roll. So a few of you have been asking which foam pads do I use, which size. So I tend to use the 3mm ones, but it's completely up to you. The 2mm are exactly the same quality, they're just a little bit thinner. So obviously if you don't want your projects to have quite as much lift and depth, the 2mm are a lot better for those. Okay, so you can just see what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of glitter just around the edge of here. So to do that, I'm going to grab in a piece of scrap paper first off, and I'm going to fold it in half. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Art Glitter Dries Clear glue. So as always, I've got my Dries Clear glue and I've got the fine metal tip on the top. They also come with the your metal tip comes with a stainless steel pin as well, which is brilliant for storing your glue. If you're finding that maybe you're not going to be crafting for a little while, or you're not going to be using your glue for a little while, what I would do is just take the little metal tip off, put the black lid on that comes with your glue, and then soak the metal tip in some boiling water. And what you'll find is that'll just clean it and get rid of any excess glue that's stuck in the top there. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take the glue and we're just going to drag this along the edge of the card, like so. So I've just very carefully gone along. If I hold that up to the camera, there we go, you can just see how we've got that glue just on the edge. I'm not too concerned if it's perfectly straight. I don't panic about it. It doesn't matter at all, because when we get the glue on, when we get the glitter on, sorry, with it being a chunkier one, it's very, very forgiving. So we're going to use the gorgeous Ice Princess glitter. And if I hold that up, you can see the different colours you get in there. So you've got like the silver chrome, you've got all of the iridescent colours in there as well. You've got blues and purples and pinks. It is really, really pretty, this glitter, and I absolutely love it. So we're going to use this along the edge. So we're just going to sprinkle this along each side and then tap off the excess. Okay, and we're going to do exactly the same along each side. So it does get a little bit fiddly when you put the glue on there, so obviously you don't want to smudge it, but what we do is just go along the edge with your fine tip, pop in your glue on, like so, and we're going to sprinkle that back over, tap away the excess, and move round. So you just keep twisting, keep moving it round till we do all four sides. More glitter on there. You can see what a pretty colour this is as well. Picks up all of the colours around it too, so if you want like a chameleon type glitter, this one is fabulous for that. So we're going to work our way around. Just popping the glue onto there. Just going to cover that with our glitter, and you can see how that then gives that beautiful glittery border around the edge of your mats and layers. Okay, so we're going to build this up now. This is, we're going to go back into the jar. These glitters always seem to expand as well. When the air gets in them, it's always a challenge getting them back in, isn't it? There we go, that's pretty good, I think. Okay, so I'm going to pop the lid back on. Okay, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to continue to mat and layer our card up. So we're going to stick the silver mirror card down just flat. Okay, and then we're going to just pop a little bit of glue. It always looks like I'm putting loads of glue on here, but I'm really not. All I'm doing is just scratching the surface. Okay, so we're going to turn this round and we're going to stick this on our card blank, like so. Okay, oh, that's very reflective. There we go. Okay then, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take the backs of our foam pads. Again, these are the finger lift foam pads, so you can see how they literally just peel away so easily. Okay, and then we're going to place this down. I'm just going to stand up for a second just so I can see what I'm doing when my mats and layers, because I'm terrible for not sticking things down straight. You can always tell if it's one of my projects, it's never stuck down straight. There we go. Okay, so we'll put those backs in the bin. Right, so I'm going to cut our stenciled piece down now. So to do that, I'm going to grab my guillotine in. You could cut it with one of the dies if you want to, but I'm still a little bit wary that mine's still a little bit damp, to be honest. I did it a few hours ago, but I think with it being quite cold in here, it just hasn't fully dried. So I'm going to grab my guillotine out of the drawer. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, and we'll get this trimmed down to size. So I will get moved into this craft room eventually. Just need a few days of just moving all of my stuff, I think. Right then. So I'm just checking on the instructions here what size I'm putting this down to, because I can never remember. 2 seconds. We download the instruction sheet. There we go. We're away. Right then, so for our stenciled piece, we want to cut it down to 6 1/4 inches square. Okay, so I always start by just taking the edges off, like so. So obviously we're going to keep the trees at the bottom, aren't we? So really we're going to trim it down from the top. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down to 6 1/4. So my guillotine ends at 6 there, so I'm just going to trim it to about there. That'll be close enough, I think, and then trim that there. Okay. So then you can see how we've got our little square nicely trimmed down. I mean, even just with like a tag or something like that on, this would make a beautiful Christmas card in its own right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put some foam pads on the back again. Again, we'll just stick these on like so. So we're just going to work around adding the foam pads in. Okay. I always like to make sure I've got plenty of foam pads on as well. You'll never find my card sinking. There we go. Okay then. So I'm going to take the backs off here. Okay, and then we'll stick this down onto our card plan. So let me just lift this up like so, and that's going to go into place onto there. So you can see how pretty that is now starting to look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the edging again. Now I actually don't mind edging it when it's stuck on the card, and some people find this a little bit easier. Okay, so what we're going to do is just add our glue just along the edge. So all we're doing is we're just dragging the dry as clear glue along the edge of the card like so. Okay, and then we are going to take our Ice Princess glitter again. It's sprinkle this over. I think this is one of my favourite glitters actually. This one, Silver Crystal and Silver Gilt. I'm obsessed with them all at the moment. I think it's going to be a white and silver Christmas again. Okay, so I'm going to just drag this carefully along the edge. So just carefully dragging your glue along the side. And with it being on foam pads, because it's a little bit raised, some people find it a little bit easier to do it this way. It is just personal preference, and you find what's best for you at the end of the day. So just keep working along. I'm going to sprinkle over that glitter again, and you can see how that then just gives that lovely finish to all of your mats and layers. So I'm going to pop that down to one side, and again I'm going to pop my glitter back into the pot. So let's just give it a little shuffle around there, and then that's going to go straight back into the jar. Like so, and we'll pop the lid back on before I knock that over. You don't want to be doing that. Okay then. So what we're going to do next is we're going to grab in our glitzy snowflake, okay, which is this one here. So this is lovely. We've called it a snowflake, but to me you could make it into a flower. You can be doing all sorts with this stamp and die set. It's absolutely beautiful. So we're going to grab the stamps out, and we're going to grab the dies out as well. And we're going to grab in our acrylic block. So which block should we use? Use my extra large one. Actually, they'll fit on the square. I'll use the square one. Right then. So I'm going to take my block, I'm going to peel my stamps away. Now you will notice with your snowflakes, if I hold it up, you see it there? Turn it round, it might be a little bit easier. Oh, I'm off camera, where am I going? It's very confusing. There we go. Can you see how this one's got the little extra notch of polymer at the top? Okay, so if you've got any of our flower stamps, you'll know that's what we do on all of the on all of our stamps and dies. Now we put it on with this one more so just to keep it in keeping with the range, because our stamps have the little extra notch of polymer on, and then our dies have a little notch taken out the top. Can you see there? There we go, perfect. You can see there how the die's got the little extra notch taken out the top like so. Okay. So we did that with these particular snowflake design to keep it in keeping with all of the other stamp designs, but this one is completely symmetrical. So to be honest, whichever way you kind of marry your die up, it's going to match. Okay. Makes it a little bit easier for everyone. So what we're going to do is place these down onto our acrylic blocks. I'm going to stamp all three at once. Just for speed, it makes it a little bit easier. Just my brush, I'm just going to give my mat a little brush over like so, just to get rid of the glitter. I've just dusted that on myself as well, which was not the brightest of ideas, but never mind. Okay then. So this one's the glitzy snowflake Sally. But again, if you hop over to the blog and have a look, the instructions and all the materials list is on there. Okay, so I'm going to take my anti-static bag, and I'm really sorry if this makes the camera jump. But we're just dusting this over. I know that a couple of you are saying that the feeder's frozen. Again, I've been sorting that out this week as well. So basically, it's not to do with our feed going out. It can be to do with your broadband and to do with Facebook. So please do just bear with us. It will keep coming back up because from our end, it's coming out the feed's coming out perfectly. So it seems to be a bit of a glitch with Facebook. But what I'll do afterwards is the video will go straight onto the page, straight once this live video has ended, so you'll be able to rewatch it. And I'll also pop it onto YouTube as well, so you'll be able to see it on the YouTube channel. Okay, so what I've done is given my crystal white pearl card a really good dust with an anti-static bag. And then I'm going to take my stamp, which I've popped onto my block, and I'm going to take a clear embossing ink pad. So that's this one here from WOW, okay. So this is going to be like a sticky ink pad that's going to cause your embossing powder to stick to it basically. So we're going to ink up our stamp. So you want lots of tapping all over the image. Again, I'm really sorry if this makes the camera jump, but it's just the stand that I've got the camera mounted to. We're not technical and the camera doesn't come from the ceiling or anything like that. Okay then. So we'll ink this up like so. Okay, and then we are going to take our stamp and stamp this down. So I'm going to pop this down onto here, and you want firm even pressure all over the stamp. Again, I'm really sorry if I knock the camera when I do this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to lift this off, okay, and we've got perfectly stamped snowflakes there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our scrap paper again, and I'm going to use the silver dollar wow embossing glitter. So this is one of the Stamps by Chloe exclusive colours. So this is actually one of the colours that I mixed for wow, and it is beautiful. So it's a lovely sparkly silver, but it's really super fine. You've got different types of silver glitter in there, so it gives you a different sparkle and shine. Okay, so we're going to pop that back into the jar, like so, and then we're going to heat this up. So all I'm doing is holding my heat gun still. And then as soon as I see that embossing powder start to melt and change, I'm just moving my heat gun over the image. Okay, so I hold that up to the camera. You can see. You see that? There we go. You can see the sparkle that the embossing glitter then gives you. Okay? But it's so easy to do. So what we're going to do again is we're going to take our stamp, we're going to take our clear embossing pad, and we're just going to ink it up. Like so. Okay, and we're going to stamp it again. We're going to pop this down and press. So again, you want firm even pressure all over the stamp. And I'm going to lift that off, and then we're going to take our silver dollar embossing glitter. Just sprinkle that over. Okay, and then we're going to heat this one up. So we'll pop that back into the jar. And then we're going to heat this up. So we'll grab this and we'll grab our heat gun. Again, what we're going to do is just hold the heat gun still. As soon as that embossing powder melts and changes, we're just going to move the heat gun over the image. Okay, so you can see how fabulous and glittery that then looks. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take our dies and we're going to place these over here. So to do that, we're going to just trim and then we're going to take our dies like so. And we're going to pop these down into place. So, again, because these are symmetrical, any of the points are going to match up. Let's just get this right. So that looks right about there. Now I'm just going to tape this down with some low tack tape. Get tape there, and a little bit there. Okay, and then just take some more low tack tape ready to tape these down into place. So I'm just grabbing a couple of those. And then take the medium one down. So all I'm doing is just lining up the points in the snowflakes. And like I say, we've done the little notch and the mark on this one, but it doesn't matter too much on this particular design. It's going to go there. And then we're going to put the small one over the small stamped image as well. So we're just going to place that down. And we're going to tape this into place, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to run this through our die cutting machine. So I'm using my Gemini. So with this one, I'm just using my base plate, my plastic shim and my cutting plate on the top. We're then going to run that through the machine. And then we're going to just remove these from the dies, like so. So then you can see how the dies have perfectly cut the snowflakes out. Okay, so I'm going to pop those to one side. We're going to do exactly the same with the other ones that we've stamped and embossed now. So we're going to take these ones. I'm going to tape this down into place. Okay, that one there and that one there. And then we're going to take the medium one and do exactly the same again. So we're just taping these down into place. It's going to go onto there. And I'm going to take the small one and do exactly the same again. So we're just taping these down into place over the stamped images. We're going to pop this down and run this through our die cutting machine again. So we're just going to run that through and then those snowflakes will all be die cut out. So you can see how this is now. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera, everyone, so it's just a little bit in the way there. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to remove these now from the tile card, like so. Okay, and I'm going to just get rid of that. Okay, and pull plates back together as well. Okay then. So we'll just clean our dies, just get rid of the tape off of these and get them back on the little card as well, and they're ready to go back in the packet. So that's what I always do with mine. So I pop them back onto the little storage card that they come with, like so. And then I have the little packet, and what I do is, do you know the little tab that you get at the top? I just snip that off and then it's just like a little wallet to keep them. Okay, and then we'll pop our stamps back onto the acetate as well. So we'll just work around, stick these back down, super duper quickly. Okay, that's going to go onto there, and then that's going to go onto there. Okay then, so what we're going to do next is grab the little snowflakes in and we're going to start to bling them up a little bit. Okay, so we'll just get these, we'll do one at a time actually. So to pop the glitter on here, we're going to be using Snow Queen, which is another one of those lovely sparklicious glitters. So this is in the Winter Wonderland bundle. It came out with box kit 7, but it's a really pretty blue iridescent glitter, but it literally, if you pop this onto a double-sided adhesive sheet, it will look like a rainbow. It is seriously amazing. So what we're going to do is take our dry as clear PVA glue And just on the little points of the ends of the snowflake, we're going to pop a little bit of dry clear glue on here. Okay, and then we're going to cover with the Snow Queen glitter. Okay, and then when we tap off the excess, oops, oh, try not to drop it. There we go. You can see how it just adds that extra little bit of sparkle onto the snowflakes. Okay, that's that one there. So Anne's asking, Chloe, do you not clean your stamps after each use? Yes, I do. So what I would do is, once I'm finished today, I'll just chuck them all in the sink with some washing up liquid and then leave them to air dry naturally. Okay then? So what we're going to do is continue on filling up the snowflakes. So just a little bit of glue just on the very tips of the snowflakes. Okay, and then we'll just keep going. Like so. I'll do exactly the same with the smaller ones as well. So just on the tips of the snowflakes there. Okay. And we're just going to keep going just till we've got a little bit of glitter onto all of these. Pin just to go in the top of my glue. It's going to go straight into the jar. See what I mean about how it expands, it's amazing. Little tap. Try and get it a little bit more levelled out. Okay. You can always tell when it's like a bright, oh, I've spilled that all over my mat. Right. There we go. I always tell when it's a brand new pot, because it never all seems to fit back in, does it? Okay, we'll just get rid of that off my mat as well. I'm keeping all nice and tidy. Okay then, so I'm trying to make sure I've got my mat straight for you all, but it's not. There we go, that's pretty straight. Okay then, so what we're going to do next is we're going to start to layer up these snowflakes. So to do that, we are going to, again, just use some foam pads. So sometimes I like to do like a double layer of foam pads. So what I'll do then is just take these and stick them together. Like so. And it just gives you that extra little bit of depth dimension. So when we do that, then do is take the largest, pop our foam pad in the middle, stick this one, it's up to you how you want to do these actually. You can stick them directly on top like this, you can do them with a little bit of a twist as well. Okay, it's another foam pad, and then we'll put the next one on the top, so this is then the smaller one. Goes into there like so. So if I hold that up, you can see how we've built up that lovely design there, okay, and how you've got all of that depth to it as well. Then when the light hits it, it looks really, really pretty. So we'll finish this off with some jewels, but I'm just going to do exactly the same as the other one to build it up to. Got my foam pad stuck to my desk. Oh no! Peel that off. There we go. Right then. So we're going to put this in half and then into quarters. these two together. This one's going to go into there. This one's going to go top of there. Then I'm going to do exactly the same with the next layer. So again, we're just building these layers up. It's going to go like that. Foam pad in the middle. That one's going to go onto there. So you can see how we've got these beautiful 3D snowflake embellishments built up, ready to go onto the card. So next, I'm going to take some self-adhesive jewels. Okay, and we'll just start to bullying these snowflakes up a little bit. So I've got my jewels here, and we're just going to build this up. So we'll pop a jewel in the middle of each of them, I think, to start with. And then we're just going to start to add the little jewels just around the edges. Like so. Okay, so you can see how we've blinged that up a little bit there too. So we're going to do exactly the same with the next one. Just adding your little jewels around the edge like so, and it's so easy to do as well. Okay, so you can see how that all comes really nicely together. So what we're going to do next is start to build our card up. So we're going to bring in our card blank, and we'll position the two snowflakes in the top corner there. So I'm going to pop a foam pad just onto the back of each of these. There, like so. So you can see how that's all starting to come together. Okay, and then we're going to pop a sentiment onto here. So basically what I've done is on the actual finished card, okay, Becca's actually used the Snowy Christmas stamp set. Okay, so she's used that to do a sentiment, which looks fabulous. But I thought, seeing as that was a limited edition stamp, we'll try and use something a little bit different. For what you've got at home, in case you didn't get that one. So we can pop a holly tag on here, which I think that could look quite pretty. If that might be a little bit too big though, we might need the small. Actually, I think that might look quite nice. So I just got a variety of things out. So I got the holly tag out. I got the new Merry Christmas, which I think would look rather fabulous, I have to say. There and there. Oh, I think I quite like that, you know. I think we'll go with the Merry Christmas. Okay then. Or we could use the Sparkle Sentiment Builder. So I thought we could have like, let's have a little look. We could have Sparkle All the Way. We could have Sparkle This Christmas. So we could mix and match the sentiment with that actually if we wanted to. Oh, it's a big decision. Okay, should we go with the Merry Christmas and pop it on the oh, that's not too big. Big decision to make this one. I think we'll go with the tag. We'll try the tag and see what we think, okay? So we're going to use the holly tag to do our sentiment on. Okay, so put that in there. And then I'll just grab another piece of crystal light card. Okay. So what we're going to do next. Oh, everyone's going for the die and stamp. Should we go for that one instead? No, I'm gonna go for it. Right, we'll go for the Merry Christmas. So we'll use this one. And we'll just actually, do you know what? We might just do it with the die cut because I think that would look quite nice. So, how about, right, bear with me 2 seconds, I'll have to get some more card out. So I've just been and got my Winter Wonderland paper stack and my mirror card pad. So we'll grab a sheet of the silver from out of here. So, and then we can also grab a piece of silver mirror card from out of here. Okay. Right, and then we'll do this with the die cut. So to do that, we'll take the detailed one and we'll cut this from the mirror card. Okay, now of course you could stamp your sentiment if you wanted to. I'm just showing you a slightly different way to do this. And we'll do one out of the silver as well. Okay, and then we're just going to quickly run this through our die cutting machine. Again, I'm just using my Gemini, which I've just got to the side of me here. Okay. Oh, Heather, that's a very good guess. Yes, we will be bringing out some more bling boxes, and yes, we will have silver in. Okay then. So, just wait for this to run through. And we'll grab this at the other side. Like so, and I'm just going to lift this away. Push those bits out there. It's like the background. And then this is the Merry Christmas. So I want that little dot for the eye. Keep that. Just push this out. I'm wondering if I maybe should have put my magnetic shim in. That's cut, I think. There we go. Just sometimes with the finer sentiments, they get a little bit caught in the die. Okay, so we'll push this through here. Like so, and just push all of these little bits out. Just takes a couple of minutes to do. Okay. Okay, then we'll layer these two together. So to do that, we're just going to take a little bit of dry clear glue and just pop a little bit on the back. If you've got the chisel tip glue pen as well, actually our chisel tip glue pens are strong enough to hold this too. Okay, so I'm just going to layer these two together. So, and because that glue dries clear, I'm not stressing about those little bits I've got there, I'll polish them off later. So use a little tiny dot of glue. Okay. And we'll pop that into there, like so. Okay, should we do it like that? No, we'll do it straightish. Okay, and then we're going to use a couple of foam pads just on the back of here. And there, a little one there as well. Okay, and then we'll stick this down. I'm going to get stuck there, so you can see how nicely this is all starting to come together. And then what I thought I'd also do is tie a bow using the New Looks ribbon. So to do that, I'm going to find the end first, which is always a challenge. Okay, so I'm going to reel this out. Okay, and then to tie your bow, what we're going to do is hang it over your index finger, like so. Okay, so you can see how that's just wrapped around my index finger. Then we take the ribbon and like make a figure of 8, so I'm bringing it back on itself. Can you see that there? And then back to the front, and back around again, and back again, and once more. And that's going to give you a triple bow because you've got 3 loops in each finger. So can you see that from the back? So I'm then going to take my longer length, which is what's still on the reel. I'm going to grab it with my thumb, and I'm going to take the shorter length. So it's crossed at the back. Okay, you're going to take that short length, pull it all the way around, tuck it round at the back. Can you see that there? Okay, and then if we turn it round, you're going to be able to tie a knot. Like so, and this ribbon is so lovely because it really holds a nice shape to the bows, like so, because it's a little bit firmer. And we can trim the ends off at an angle. That's them ready to stick onto our card, like so. Then we can just stick that down with a little bit of glue gel. So I'm just going to use my Chloe 3D. And what you could also do as well is you could I would put a bling stone in the middle of there just to finish it off. I haven't actually got one to hand, I'm afraid. And that today will be your finished card. So you can see the one that I've done where I've kind of adapted a little bit and used a different sentiment on there. And then this one here was the one that Becca did. Okay, so you can see how she's used a slightly different sentiment and a slightly darker texture paste compared to the one that we've just made, but they are both equally as pretty as each other. Okay, so that today is your finished Stamp-Along project. So let me just turn the camera around. There we go. So hopefully you've all enjoyed today's project. We are going to be using, let me just have a little think, next week we're doing 3D embossing folders. So we're going to be using the Poinsettia Corner embossing folder. So if you haven't done so already, hop over to the website, chloescreativecards.co.uk. You can shop all of the items that I've used today and make today's project. And if you go onto the blog, there's even a post where everything's linked. If you also, while you're on there, sign up to the email newsletter, you'll get an email it's going out on Friday this week, to let you know what the next project is and what materials you're going to need and what prep you're going to need to do for the Stamp-Along for next week. So I really hope that you have enjoyed today's project, and I will see you all again right here on the Chloe's Creative Cards Facebook page at 2 PM on Wednesday. If you haven't done so already, be sure to give the page a like, or if you're watching on YouTube, definitely become a subscriber to the channel and you will get notified as to when all of the videos are going live on the page. So I hope to see you all again very, very soon, and thank you for joining me today. Bye!